This morning, before I had even opened my eyes, my husband gently put me out of bed. Smiling, he said it didn't matter if I was still in my pajamas. We were only going to get a pizza. But he wanted me to come along. At that moment, I realized this wasn't just a simple errand. It was a journey he wanted to share with me. I knew we were taking that road again. The pizza place, though part of a chain, doesn't exist in our village. Every time we go, we have to leave the village, driving through streets heavy with the weight of his boyhood. Every brick, every tile, even the dust in air seems infused with his childhood. Along the way, he unwraps these memories for me, piece by piece. Jane came with us too. She couldn't understand my husband's story, but I'm sure her nose picked up another kind of past, the scent of a dog's own word of headlines. The pizza was ready in the blink of an eye. My husband stepped into the store and came right back out, carrying a movie tie-in pizza. He had no desire to watch the film. It was simply that tie-in had brought the price down to $7.99, and that alone made him happy. A little moment of life's quiet delight, not for grandeur, but for simple value. On the way back, he spoke as if the words might spill over if he didn't let them out. Pointing to one corner, he said this used to be a little shop there, another spot had once been an empty lot, a brick was missing here, an old house had been torn down here. To him, it was a small town that kept on growing. To me, it was a fading canvas of memory, rebuilt again and again in his mind, only to be erased in the reality before our eyes. I watched him and thought, this was the hidden linger of a man's growing years. Streets, buildings, missing bricks, all of them were the footnotes time had left him. He tells me these stories again and again because he fears they might one day exist only in his mind. His words stirred something deep in me. I thought of my own childhood, the Shanghai alleyway that has been erased completely, now replaced by one of the most expensive housing complexes in the city. My old primary school, entirely transformed, with not a single brick, tile, or even the road at its gates left as it was. If a person's life renews itself every 7 years, with ourselves constantly replacing themselves, then my husband's childhood is like a slow-moving river, where you can still find old stones smoothed by time. Mine is like a city razed to the ground, leaving not even ruins behind. I looked at him as he spoke, his eyes bright, as though leafing through a treasured book. The ordinary places in his words came alive with every rise and fall of his voice. He spoke with the conviction of someone proving he had once walked, loved, and truly belonged here. The wind drifted in through the car window, carrying the scent of dust and warm sunlight, and I realized this wasn't merely memory, it was the small, unmovable city in his heart. I didn't interrupt him, not even once. I feared that if I spoke, these words would scatter like the wind in the late afternoon, so I listened in silence, tucking his stories into my own memory, as if making a backup for him, and perhaps for myself, keeping a record of time. Perhaps the truly luxury in life isn't the pizza, nor the anything with a price, but having someone willing to spend half of a lifetime proving to you that it all truly existed. Someday, when we are old, he will forget certain names and details, but I will remember that once with such vividness. He entrusted me with these fragments of disappearing time. Time can be gentle, allowing some places to keep their weathered shadows, or it can be merciless, erasing even the evidence that a memory once lived there. Maybe that is the meaning of our existence, to find in another's stories the parts of ourselves time has buried, and in our own story to keep a light burning for someone else's past.